Hey class, this is Mrs. Lin. Welcome to another week of remote learning. If I'm counting correctly, I believe we're on week 7 this week. So we really only have a couple more weeks or 3 more weeks to go, I believe, before the end of the school year. So those of you who have been doing all your computer assignments and turning them in on time, good for you. I hope you're still learning a lot during this remote learning period. If you haven't been able to access the assignments or turning them in, please reach out to me either through email or through a comment on Google Classroom so I can help you figure out how to make up for those missed assignments. All right, so for this week, we're going to continue our unit in coding. You guys did a fantastic job last week. Those of you who showed up on Friday's check-in, we were able to walk through some of the levels together. And I think you guys have a really good basic understanding of sequencing, which is just basically how computer code needs to be in order, right? So the commands have to be in the order you want them to be run in order for the programs to run properly. So this week we're going to continue in that concept. We're going to practice that sequencing concept, which is so important in coding. But we're not going to be using Tinker this week. We're actually going to be using a new website called code.org that actually isn't new to you. I think you've done coding in this website before, but we've not really logged in. So this week we're actually going to log in using your Google account, and that way your progress can be saved, just as we had to do with Tinker. Now, I think you'll find this website to be a lot easier to navigate and to figure out than Tinker was. Tinker is a little bit tricky and was a little bit tricky for some people, but hopefully you'll all find this new website to be a lot easier. I use it for Fit Through Academy kids, and they really like it. So let's get into it. I'm right now logged in as demo student, and I'm in a fake classroom that I created just for these videos. But for the most part, if you go into classwork, you're going to see the same assignments in your 4th grade classroom as you would in this fake classroom. All right. So for you, you're going to log in with your GA School account and then go into your 4th grade computer/library classroom. From there, you're going to go to classwork because that's where our assignments are. And then this week, you're going to find the very top assignment to be this remote learning week 7 assignment, and it's called Coding Continues. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up this assignment. Okay, now remember to the right is where you're going to mark this assignment as done when you're done with the coding work this week. So don't forget to come back to Google Classroom and mark this assignment as done. Otherwise, you're going to be getting messages saying you're still missing work and all that when you've probably already done your work. Okay, so make sure you come back here and mark this as done when you're done with the activity. All right, so code.org is the website I'm going to take you to. And the link is actually right here. This is the website we're going to be using for the rest of the school year. You're going to sign in using your Google account, just like you did with Tinker. Okay, but there's one extra step you need to take, and this is a very important step in order for you to join the right classroom. Okay, so before you get to the link, I want you to go ahead and look for this code, which is on step 4 of the written directions. Okay, and it should be a 6-letter code. So it's PGJNVH. I want you to go ahead and highlight it and then right click on it to copy this code. Okay, so when you hit copy, it would seem like nothing has happened, but actually that code has been copied onto your clipboard on the computer. Okay, you just won't see anything happening, but go ahead and right click on that code and hit copy for me. Okay, and right now that code has been copied. All right, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually click on this link right here. Okay, so this will take you to the website we need to be. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on the link. Okay, it's gonna open up to this home page. Okay, and you're gonna look for this button that says sign in. Okay, all right. Now on the sign in page, because we have Google accounts at the school, you're gonna just go ahead and say continue with Google. Okay. Um, and this is very important. Please sign in using this red button. It's red for a reason. Okay, continue with Google. All right, and then it's going to take you to the sign in with Google page, which should look very familiar to you because every time we are logging into Google Classroom or even Tinker, you're shown this page, right? So it says choose an account to continue to code.org. I'm going to go ahead and choose my demo student account. Now for you, if you don't see your account right here on this list, remember you can go down to where it says use another account, click on it, and then follow the instructions to log in. Okay, so remember you're using your GA school account. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on demo student because that's the account I'm using right now. Okay, and then it says I'm signed in. Okay. Now remember we had copied that section code. So now it's the time to actually try to find it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is you're going to actually ignore what you see right now on the page because demo student is enrolled in a lot of classes. But when you are signed in, you're going to go down the page. Okay. And you might not have to go down that far. But you're going to go down to where it says, let me see, where's that page number? Actually, on this page, it doesn't show what I'm looking for. What you're looking for is a place where you can join a section. So you know what? I'm going to go to my dashboard because that's probably where that section code is. And then I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom here where it says join a section. So this is the box that you're looking for. Now, again, because demo student is joined to a lot of different courses, this is why I had to go to the dashboard and scroll all the way down to where it says join a section in order to find this box. Your box might be up, above everything else because you might not, you won't have all these classrooms that you've joined already. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Your join a section box should be nearer to the top. All right, so you're looking for this join a section. Okay, and then right here is where you're going to paste that code. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click paste. And then there's that code that I copied from the classroom. Okay, then you're going to click join section. And then you should get this message saying success, you've joined the section. All right, and it should say CS Fundamentals 4th because it's the course that's assigned to the 4th graders. Okay, and I see it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and log out. Okay, and that way when I sign back in, I want you to be able to see what you're supposed to see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and come back to this page. I'm going to click on code.org again, just so we can sign in together and you can see where we're going to end up. So here we go. We're going to sign in as demo student. Okay, remember to use the Google button. Now you have already joined the section at this point, right? So when you are signed in, you should be able to find your course right near the top. Okay, so we're gonna give code.org a minute. Now remember, demo student is signed up for a lot of courses, so we have to make sure we find the right course, okay? And course E was the one that we had signed up for, okay? So this is the one that you should be able to see right on top of your page, okay? But if you don't see it, remember you can go to my dashboard and look for that course, okay? and all the way down here, course E. Okay, so that is the course that you want. Okay, so you can, for you, it will be right on top and you don't even really have to worry about it. But for me, because demo student is joined to so many courses, I have to make sure that I'm in the 4th grade classroom. Okay, so there we are. You're signed in, and I know that you're signed in because I can see your name on the upper right. Make sure you are signed in so I can see your progress. We're signed into the right course, course E. Okay, and now you're ready to get started. So this week, you're only going to do this first lesson. It's called sequencing in the maze. Okay, and I can see that there's 12 levels or 12 puzzles that you have to solve. Okay, so you're gonna just start with the first level, which I think is a video showing you just how code.org works. So let's go ahead and click on that first one. I'm not going to actually play the video in this video, but you're going to watch that video on your own. Okay. It's going to just give you an introduction about what you're doing in code.org. But you're going to continue when you're done with that video. And then when you get to level 2, I'm just going to show you the workspace a little bit. Okay. Again, I feel like you guys probably have used this website before. If you've done any hour of code activities in the past, you probably recognize the game space. But let's just kind of review it just in case you don't remember. All right. So right here on the very left is where you're going to see your game run. So anytime you run a program, this little space is where your characters or avatars are going to do your thing, right? So when you run the program, this is where you can see what happens. On the top section here where it says instructions, this is where you're going to read for what you're supposed to do on this level. So for example, on this page, it says for this puzzle, snap all the blocks together and click run to watch it go. Okay, so remember in block-based programming, you have to make sure all your blocks snap together before you can actually run them. Okay, so before everything was kind of detached, the instruction just says snap all your blocks together. So you don't even have to do much other than follow the instructions there, right? So there's no coding there. Once you have snapped the blocks together, click run to watch it go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and the object is for this angry bird to reach the green one, right? When you're done, you can just hit continue. Okay, if you want to vote whether you like this puzzle or not, you can do a quick vote. Okay, and that helps code.org design their lessons in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And it's going to take a second to load the next level. Okay. And again, I'm looking for instructions. That should be the first thing you do when you come to a level. Okay. Now on this level, I just want to show you really quickly the rest of the layout. So here's your instructions. Okay. I already show you the screen where your game is going to be run. But right here where you see blocks, these are going to be all the blocks that are available to you. Okay. So what you need to do is drag whatever blocks you need to the workspace. Okay, and then the workspace is the largest kind of space on your screen. Okay, so it says when run, it says use the blocks in the toolbox to build your program. So remember the red bird has to get to the green pig, right? So you can drag the blocks over to test out your program, make sure they're snapped together. Okay, you might have to do a couple turns on this level, as I can see that you probably have to do a turn. I'm not going to give you the answer, but I do want to show you right here where it says workspace. You guys see where it says 1 out of 6 blocks, okay, or 1/6 blocks. This is a good place to kind of look at when you're not sure how many blocks you're supposed to use. This tells you that ideally you want to use 6 blocks. Okay, so if you go over, so if you use 7 out of 6 blocks, that means you have one line too many in your program. If you use too few, that means you have not enough code for the program to run. Okay. And if you make a mistake, that's fine. Remember, part of programming is debugging, right? We talked about debugging last week, which means looking over your code, figuring out where the problem might be, and then fixing that problem. All right, so I don't want you guys to get too frustrated if you do run into issues with code, because that's part of the process. Like I said last week, there are programmers whose jobs are just looking over somebody else's code to find those bugs. All right, so it is something you need to practice as you get further into coding, and it's good practice. All right, so let's, I guess, try this level again. So I see that my red bird needs to move forward. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 spaces, and then turn right, in order to reach the pig. So let's try that. I'm going to do 3 move forwards, and then I'm going to turn right. Okay. And then at this point, I'm going to run. I think there's actually a bug in my code, but I'm going to hit run and show you what happens when there is a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. So the bird is going to do the step. He's going to turn right. And then I'm going to get a oops message. Something is not quite right. Okay, so if you're watching this video, I want you to take a second to look at my code and attempt to debug it. What do you think I did wrong there? Okay. If you said I'm missing a block, you're right. I'm missing this move forward block, right? So I made my bird turn, but I need one more move forward in order for it to reach the pig. Okay. Again, if I looked at my workspace, hint here, I only use 5 out of 6 blocks. That means I'm missing that one block, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say click move forward and then run my program again. Right? So you just debugged my program for me. All right. So I hope you get the idea. Um, you can just move on from level to level. They will get a little bit harder as you go. Okay. But if you have any questions about any of these levels, you can email me during the week or write a comment in Google Classroom. So I can reach out to you and help you out. Friday, we have another check-in. So if you still haven't figured out some of the levels, I'll make sure to address those during Friday's check-in. And then don't forget to go back to Google Classroom when you're done with that activity to mark that assignment is done. Okay, I know this is a very long video for what we've been doing, but hopefully you can get signed in and get started without too many issues. Again, you have my email, so don't forget to reach out to me if you do. All right, so have a great week. Have fun with this activity, and I will see you Friday. Bye.